Hi guys, how are you doing? Susie here and
John, we're here from Starter Mom Blog. Thank you for joining us today. We got some pretty fun things to talk about today.
yeah. So we're doing a fun live. We figured there's only 2.5 days left of the huge birthday sale. So it's been going on for the month, and we just want to end it with a little bit of a bang to let you guys know there's only 2.5 days left. Because so many times I get emails over the weekend, be like, Susie, please, can I still have it? And I kind of feel like I have to do a very hard stop because it's been there for a month. So
Absolutely. And if you don't know what we're talking about, it is Susie's birthday month. So Susie, I don't know if you wanted to share what it is, but it's a 33% off sale. So that can kind of tell you what. Anyways, so what I would love to do before everybody joins in and we're just being goofy is say a quick little happy birthday. So if anybody wants to put happy birthday in the chat, I will do a quick little happy birthday song, probably the short version. And you can all put it in the chat there as well.
So embarrassing.
It is, but that's what we're here for. We're here to have some fun. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susie from Starter Mom Blog. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sweetie.
So,
did not expect that.
If you're joining in late or anything like that, feel free to put some happy birthdays in the chat. That would mean the world to both of us. And
God.
We're seeing the chat stream come in on the screen, which I think is super cool. So, fantastic.
Yay,
Hey, look at that. Pamela's on the 11th. Oh, happy birthday as well.
Yay. My actual official birthday was on the 10th. So, if anybody wants to know, it was on April 10th. And now it's almost done, my birthday month. And I kind of like to celebrate the whole month. It's really fun.
Oh, and just so you know, Riley says, happy birthday, you look beautiful. Could not agree more.
Thank you. Thank you. We're battling the yellow here, but it's okay. We're taming the beast.
I'm looking fly.
You look very fly. I got my roots. But then, so I used to dye it myself, and now I'm not touching my hair. I'm having somebody professional touch it. And she's scheduled to come back in 2 weeks just to cut it. I don't know what we're going to do with all this. Look at that.
So it's funny because the topic of this live stream is 5 unexpected benefits of our digital business. And I just thought of a 6th, which is I've never even thought, like it was a thing to have somebody come to your house to cut your hair. And she's been cutting my hair at the house too. I'm about due for another little checkup here. So that is pretty freaking awesome.
She's amazing. It costs about the same to go to the salon, and this is just her niche. This is what she does. She's a hairstylist, and she goes personally to people's houses. I think with COVID and everything, people like that more anyway. It's smaller environments. And she cut all the kids' hair, so I didn't have to go to a salon and wait in the wait area and have 3 kids there. So it was pretty awesome. So that was unexpected.
Yes, it's way better than me going to Great Clips. It's about the same price. Anyways, we're talking about our hair too much.
Yeah.
Cool. So what is the topic today, Susie?
All right, so 5 things in our lifestyle that has changed since we started this online business and since it's been our income stream, right? So John quit his job how long ago?
December 2018,
Yes.
So a few years at this point.
Yes, and it's been phenomenal since then. So I'll go with my number 1 thing that's been life-changing for me since this business is now our income stream and having digital products, and which we encourage you guys to have as well, is having John home. Like it's completely life-changing having my husband home, having my best friend home. I have friends, but like I only have like one really, really good best friend, and this is my best friend.
I hope I'm your best friend.
Yeah, you're my best friend.
I work hard at this stuff, man. That's very sweet.
So yeah, thank you. I talk to other people in my family and other of my friends, and they don't see their husbands that much. They work late nights. They see them over the weekends. That's when the family's all together. And I think sometimes we forget how amazing this is, that we can wake up together, we can have lunch together, we can hang out, and you're like, oh my gosh, everything's together.
No, I think it's awesome. I think you're just like you're coating it on pretty thick here, because one of the challenges, one of the things that now that this is our, I hate to use the term new normal because that has a lot of negative connotations these days, but our lifestyle of being able to kind of be in tandem and working through the daily life, the journey together, is that we can kind of forget how blessed we are, and we can kind of think of this as normal, and we have to kind of sometimes check ourselves when we're out with public and we talk about what's an inconvenience for us, which other people are like, seriously, you're complaining about that? So everything we say here, take with a grain of salt. Like whichever level of the journey you're at, if you've achieved it, if you're working towards it, if you're thinking about starting the journey, just know that everything we're saying here is we have a biased mindset of the world because we have kind of taken a leap, and our life is different. So take no offense, please, to anything we're saying with our current struggles.
I so agree, because I was talking to my sister, and I'm like, yeah. She's like, what's your plans for the summer? I'm like, oh, we want to go here, we want to go there, and, just like 10 days over here and like a week there, and then we might do this. And then I realized, like, her husband only has a week off. Like, they have very precious time. So for me, just saying, like, oh, we're just going to take the vacation here, and it doesn't really matter what times we're going to go, it's kind of flexible. Like, that is just so amazing.
It is. So, question for everybody in the audience, put in the chat what the number one thing is you're looking forward to, either as you scale your existing business, or if you're thinking about starting your own digital product business. What is your big why? Leave that in the chat below. We are going to cover several of ours that we've already achieved, and also some more that we're still looking forward to as the kids grow up and some more freedom opens up. But let us know. Susie's already covered her number one, which is bringing me home. I don't know if it's my number one. These are not in any particular priority or order, but our new morning routine is phenomenal. So to talk about this morning routine, we have to talk about the previous one, which was me going to bed around midnight every night, because we were kind of building this thing on the side. I was moonlighting a lot. And then waking up at about 5 a.m. to get to work, which was about a 45-minute commute, and I had to be clocked in at 6 a.m., and I managed a pretty large team, so I had to be there. I had to be chipper and start the shift and do all that stuff, and then I would come home. It's a hot mess, right? A lot happened in that working time. So our new morning routine is, like, I love it. I wouldn't design it any differently. We get to wake up kind of lazily, do our little devotions, do a little bit of reading, have our cup of coffee, and listen to the birds as they're starting to come out. Like, it sounds so hokey, but and then the kids start to come down. We make them breakfast. We get them off. I drive a golf cart to drop my kids off, and then we exercise in our little home gym in the garage, get showered, get ready for the day, and then spend some time with you guys. So it's such an awesome new morning routine. I love it.
I totally agree with that, because you would leave in the morning at 5 to go to your job. Then you would come home, and you would still have the stress of your job, but then you would be so fantastic. Like, you wouldn't bring that home to us, and you would be an attentive dad. And then when the kids finally go to bed, then you would be an attentive husband. And, like, I would maximize that time with you. I would push it until, like, 11 o'clock, midnight. And I know you have to get up in the morning at 5, but I'm like, I just need more time. Like, I really like you. And that's what gave you, like, 5 hours of sleep in a stressful day.
Yeah, I remember it would be like 10 o'clock at night, and I worked from like 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then came home and did all that stuff. And I was just like, honey, I would be like, I would not be drunk, but I would act drunk with how tired I was, bumping into walls and not being able to walk straight. And she's like, come on, let's watch a show. Let's do something. Let's chat.
Let's chat. That's my love language. I just want to chat.
I just want to sleep. All right, so that was one of mine. What's another one of your benefits? And also, by the way, you guys can see the chats on the overlay. So I turned it off for a second, but continue to put your number one big why, what you want to achieve or what you're working towards in there. And I'll also highlight some that I think are really, really awesome on the screen.
Kristen wants to buy a house. Heather wants to buy a house. Man, we just want houses. Hot market. So another one of my benefits is I feel, and you can probably verify, maybe the kids can verify this more, that I feel I'm a better mom. I don't want to, like, toot my own horn, but I don't get as angry anymore. I don't get as impatient. I don't yell at the kids that much anymore. I just feel like I'm a little bit more at peace and not as stressed, because I have somebody here helping me. I have my teammate. So it's not me mourning from 6 o'clock in the morning when the kids wake up until 5 o'clock in the evening when you come home. I'm at home, the only adult with the kids, and I don't have any adult conversation. Now you're here, we're a team, we're working on this, and I just feel like it's not all on me. So that's really awesome.
For sure. I've definitely noticed more like grace and just serenity, if I can use that word. And I think it's a combination of factors. Our kids are getting a little bit older.
That helps too.
We are semi-officially out of diapers. Little man is still having some accidents here and there, which are a hot mess to clean up. But, and then just kind of walking that path has been super fun. And I have a huge appreciation for anybody who's the stay-at-home parent,
Yeah.
especially if you're that, not single, but like if you're staying home alone with the kids and managing all that. And like Susie started the business with small kids, and I have like a ton of respect and a ton of appreciation because now I can see I need to be able to like have a train of thought and develop that train of thought. And this like bing, 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 bing. It's
Snack.
tricky.
Drink,
It's
diaper,
tricky.
iPad.
iPad is our extra babysitter.
Oh, man.
All right, so awesome. I love that. Sabrina's saying she wants to travel more with her 2 daughters. We love that. We're traveling more now than we ever did before I left my job. Even though with the world being what it is, we have to really weigh our pros and cons if travel's worth it. But we have the freedom to do that. Oh,
Thanks,
thank you, Marcella. That's awesome.
Sweet.
So the next one on my list is kind of just general long-term health benefits. I know, like when I was working my corporate job and we were starting to have this vision of where we were going, I was probably sick 50% of my life. Like
Once a month at least.
Yeah, I was sick, and when I would get sick, I would get sick, like a couple weeks of just not feeling very good. And throughout entrepreneurship, I think for the last 4 years or so that we've been doing this, I think I've been sick once, and it was like I just overexerted myself for too many days, and I just like, honey, I'm going to bed. I went to bed at like noon, woke up the next morning, I was like back in action. So I think that just the daily life, like the keeping up with the Joneses and having that commute and all this stuff, it creates so much stress that we've all just been conditioned to accept. But I think we're starting to see like a different way that we could live. We are living, and it's redefining a lot of things with how I just envision personal health and development, and it's been super fun to have a different balance.
Definitely freedom over that stuff.
Yeah, and you've been solid. She never gets sick anyways. I don't know how you do this. You work too much.
I've been pretty good lately. I just get migraines every now and then, and it's just if I didn't sleep well and I eat too much chocolate. So I know my trigger points. I just have to go take a nap or so, and it's normally if I have a bad dream or don't sleep well.
Awesome. Sky says that her husband owns his own business as well and works from home, but we want to travel road school. Good luck with that. That's awesome.
Awesome.
So I want to retire him to working as little as he wants and pay off debt.
Oh, I love that.
And that's a really cool
awesome.
point.
Yeah.
Working as little as he wants. And that's a unique perspective. Like that's most people don't even, that doesn't make any sense because most people, they have a job, they have these hours, they have this shift, and they have this income. And like, it's not negotiable. Like you can take vacation off and whatnot, but your obligations are your obligations. And we are right now, like we're finishing up April. April was a really fun and busy month. Now we're taking a step back and we're breathing and we're thinking about what comes next. How much do we want to work? At what level do we want to serve? And having that control, that's another item on my list, is the ability to put more in and get more out, or put less in and still get out what you're putting in. It's a beautiful thing with entrepreneurship.
Yeah, and we're way more in control of our schedule. So for April, we updated the big course by number. We did a whole big relaunch. We did this big sale, did a lot of content, so that we're kind of getting ready for the summer where we just want to spend a lot of time with the kids and just enjoy them. And then come the fall, we have some big plans, which we want to use the summer to prepare for and get everything ready. So we'll launch that then. So hang tight. But we can do sprints and then non-sprints. What do you call it?
Breathers. Respites, if you want.
Respites.
I'll take a little respite. I'll sit on the back porch and take a respite.
With my tea.
Yes, and crumpets.
We want to be British.
Marcella says we have to check out the Choose FI family. They talk about being frugal and doing what you love. I started a blog. It's not really up anymore. I use it now to test different ideas. Where it was all about financial independence. And the whole financial independence, retired early community, that got me started on this whole journey. And I love the guys, met them in person, had some chats with them. Big shout out to the Choose FI team. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's an awesome philosophy of like getting to a point where you can decide if you want to work or not.
Yeah.
So. And
I mean, we're basically there. Like we're at the point now of,
unless we buy a Ferrari. Kidding.
But that's the levers in life. Like the business we've built at this point could sustain a very nice lifestyle for the foreseeable future, as long as we don't inflate our lifestyle. And the ability to have those levers, like, hey, do I want that Tesla or do I want another 1,000 hours back in my life, or do I want to work less? And so, if anybody doesn't know what financial independence retired early is, choosefi.com is a pretty cool one. Go check it out. It's pretty awesome. I live a lot of my life thinking in that lens as well.
Flexibility in time, stay at home with my babies and be able to afford a couple more. That's awesome. Help my husband quit his job. I already quit mine. Good job, Victoria.
Awesome.
Buy a house, be home with my kids.
But it wasn't buy a house. To be able to buy a house for my kids and I. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that.
I love that. A home, a nest. Who doesn't want a nest? Yeah, no, we don't really want a Ferrari. Sorry, like I used to be into cars, but when I was a kid, but not anymore. Now I just want my Sienna.
I tried to test drive a Toyota Supra yesterday, and they wouldn't let me. Yesterday was not a good day at the dealership.
The dealership.
The dealership. I went to fix one tire, and $1,000 later. All right.
No, it's okay. I'm thankful they replaced the tires. That's
Yes,
good.
yes.
That's good. Could you please suggest some success tips for essential oil blog? Mine seems to be so.
I thought that was a camel. It's a snail.
Oh, so slow. Oh, okay. I thought it was a camel too. So slow. Golly, essential oils. Focus on, in any niche, in any blog, and anything to be successful, focus on the problems that people have. So don't focus so much on the essential oils or your product. Focus on the problem that they have and how your product is the solution. So why do people use essential oils? What is the actual problem that they're trying to solve? I started using essential oils when the babies weren't sleeping really well. So I would use a diffuser and put lavender in it, and they would sleep so much better. And now every night before they go to bed, they want baby massage. Our oldest is 7. She's like, Mommy, baby massage. So it just means I'm rubbing some lavender and essential oils on her back and her belly, and they sleep so well. So that's the problem I wanted to solve. The essential oils was the solution. So in any niche that you are, focus on that problem, and then that's kind of how you're going to help people.
I love that.
Do we have any more on our tips?
Probably.
Last one?
Let's see here.
Helping more people.
I mean, we could riff off like 1,000 additional ones. I had a beer at lunch yesterday. That's not a normal thing I do.
That was nice. Yes.
Had a rough day at the car dealership and met with Susie. And the other thing is, like, not only dropping the kids off in the morning, but then them being able to either see one parent, like they see me on the drop off, they see Susie normally on the pickup, or like randomly we'll both pop up and pick them up and go and just spend time with one kid and really like cherish them and take care of them. Like that was super nice. Taking just our one little middle baby to the sandwich shop and letting her have a Nutella sandwich all over her face. And I was in a rough place, so I had a beer and it was wonderful. It fixed me right up.
It's so good. To have more time with my family, Binta says, and retire. Only have 5 years of marriage out of 15 years because I have been working out of state. Oh man.
That's tricky. So somebody asked up here, I just wanted to put this on. Anna asks, is this really live right now? Yes. It is. Got you.
Anna, it is live. This is not a pre-recorded where it's like the common showing and it's actual live. Well, maybe if you watch it tomorrow, then it's going to not be real live. But right now, this is April 28th at 11:57 a.m. Eastern Time.
If only we had the newspaper, we could hold it up. I guess that kind of still...
Kind of works.
Wow.
Well, it's kind of blurry. Okay.
Come on, camera. We paid good money for you. Do your job.
Right. So you guys have a little bit of the gist of why, or the benefits that we found from having this online business that supports us and our family. And I guess now we can answer some questions.
Yeah. Would you like to show them the products page and see what that would look like?
Yeah, so if you guys want this as well, if you want to do this, we've bundled up all our knowledge into beautiful little courses. And they're not too pricey. They're very affordable because I know I talk to moms and I want to help moms create their online business. And right now, they're 33% off, which is ridiculously low, which is kind of like stealing. So I know people are excited for when I turn 100 years old. And I will still be here in 66 years from now.
Yep. And when we turn 110, we'll actually pay you 10%. The purchase price of the product.
So wait until then.
But maybe don't wait.
No, maybe not.
Because a lot can happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's a long time.
Blog by number version 97. We'll start looking like Windows XP. We'll have...
Don't talk to me about old tech.
Blog by number, Vista.
All right, so all the products, blog by number, printables by number, course by number, that was just, 2-3 weeks ago, completely redone, relaunched. You can get that for 33% off. And to be completely honest, this is the lowest that course by number will ever be again. We pumped way too much into it. We added way too much content, and then we're like, oh shoot, we have this sale going on. So now everybody is going to get it for this really great discount. So we didn't want to have like 2 different prices and confuse people, so you get it for 33% off, but this is the last time.
Yes.
This is it, basta.
What was that?
Basta means stop in a language.
All I heard was pasta. Okay. And also, this is not the best business strategy, but we do have the VIP bundle, which is normally discounted a decent amount from getting all the courses at a discount. But the 33% coupon, I believe, does still apply.
Oh, yes, yeah.
For us, it was just the simplicity. So if you have a couple of our courses, and if you want to dive in, this would be like the big bang for your buck of going VIP and using the coupon. But again, pick and choose what's right for you. One thing we don't want for you, just kind of like looking after you guys, is we have learned a lot over the last 7+ years of doing this, and you don't need to get it all and hoard it all. Like, you're welcome to. We appreciate it. It's on sale. And I'm a hoarder. Like, AppSumo is my guilty pleasure. But anyways, like, the whole goal is get enough to move forward, and then when you get to the next level, take the next step. Like,
and then buy it at full price then. Just letting them know it's sale.
Awesome. But it's there for you if you're interested. Did you want to scroll through, or you want to just answer some questions?
Let's answer some, either one.
Let's do it.
You choose. You choose, Daddy.
You choose, Daddy. Let's see. We'll put chat overlay on, and we'll kind of scroll through some of these. Samitha asks if we can do a tutorial on how to start a craft blog. Is being a craft blog, are you just like, how do you design it so it looks like a craft blog? Or help me understand what that aspect would be.
The basics would still be the same.
Yeah.
I would just assume you'll have a resource library on a craft blog, because most likely every post on a craft blog has a freebie. So what you could do on a craft blog is have a single freebie for that post, and then each one be its own sign up and its own little funnel. Or you can make a library where it's like, here's all the freebies you're going to get in the craft blog, and go into it. That's one of the big things that's different between craft blogs and a lot of other blogs, is just it has a ton of freebies, which is great because you get a lot of email signups, and you can use those people and help them in other ways.
Love that. Renee asked, do you have any niche tips? I have started a mom blog, like a general lifestyle blog, but still finding it really hard to choose one topic. I have so many interests. We've got you covered. We understand that's a very common problem. So common that we did create niche by number.
Yeah, people love it.
So that's actually here on the page. I don't know where it actually is. Oh, look at that. I'll just do a quick little plug here.
There it is.
That's fine.
And right now for 33% off, it's like going to be in the 20s.
So it's
awesome little course.
It's a very low price course. I think anyways, you check it out. Go to the products page and check it out. That will definitely help you. But in general, like the high level tips we can give you is it's okay to go broad in the beginning, because there's so many skills, so many like muscles you're flexing in the beginning, no matter what your topic is. You're learning how to create content. You're learning how to listen to your audience. You're learning the whole tech stuff about WordPress and building a blog. So don't beat yourself up. Over time, when you start getting a little bit more like familiar with it, it's going to be important for you to niche down to something. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but listen to your audience and make sure there's a business model there behind what you want to create.
Yeah, so it's kind of good to start it all broad, and then you're going to, over time, see that one problem. Again, the whole thing about why people buy stuff or look at blog posts or whatnot is because they have a problem and they're trying to find a solution. So out of all the topics that you have on your general blog right now, go write them all down and see which one has a really good problem that you have a good solution for and that you can talk about for a whole long time. There you go.
Love it.
That's it in a nutshell.
Anna was the one asking if we're live. Oh, so yes.
Yeah, we are live.
We are live.
Yes.
Okay. Truth. All right, and then Sky's asking if we use PicMonkey, will printables by number still work with us?
So in printables by number, I cover Canva a lot and PowerPoint. and Google Slides. Those three are my go-to products. They work really well for creating printables. PicMonkey has some cool templates. I've normally just used PicMonkey for photo editing. So sprucing up the sharpness of a picture, cropping it, changing the colors of it, and so on. So mostly for photo editing I've done it. Not so much for printables creation. But I know they have some templates. I just haven't dove into that yet. But you could use PicMonkey.
Yeah, long story short, you can use anything because ultimately
Use paint.
creating a paint.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like acrylic. It's like, that's probably not a good idea. But
No, Windows Paint.
yeah, but ultimately you're creating a resource, and printables by number. There's a portion of it which is the actual technical putting it together, but the bigger portion is how do you build a business around that asset you're creating. So create the asset however you're comfortable. I have a tool that we don't use in the course, but is what I use to build all my stuff, and it had a really cool update today. So
Did you?
check out
You
my
love tools.
I love my tools.
What's it called? Glorify.
Glorify. It just created digital mock-ups. Anyways,
We compete back and forth. I'm like, I love Canva. He's like, I love Glorify.
we're family divided on our tools a little bit. Alrighty, let's see here. Course by number relaunched, Liz. Yes, it did.
Yes, and Liz is in it. Liz has it.
Absolutely. I knew Liz.
Okay.
What's up, Liz? And so one thing that was really, we thought a lot. We took a lot of long walks and talked through like how do we update course by number. I'm really excited. If you haven't launched a course yet, and you don't, the tech gets so many people derailed.
Yes.
Yours truly included. Like because I know all of it. And it's hard to choose. But in course by number, we redesigned it similar to how we did blog by number, where we created a step by step, where it's very action packed,
Yeah.
and the complexity stays super basic until you're ready to scale it up.
Until you're ready.
So I think that was probably the best
Yeah.
update we made, and then we added additional options for what makes sense for each person. Let's see here. Sabrina's got something for us.
Pasta is Italian. Yes. Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, pasta's Italian.
No, basta with a B.
Yeah. I mean, get some.
Liz got my back. Thank you.
Get my water back. You're stealing my cup.
Oh, Melissa's on.
All right. I've had 3 blogs and did nothing with them. It's okay. Join the crowd. I've got like, we seriously have a domain list like a mile long. We have a cool idea. We buy the domain. Yeah.
We have another Whitford on.
Got my sister here. What's up, Rachel?
Hi, Rachel.
This is what your brother does for
Hi.
a living.
Yeah.
All right. Sabrina says, I've had 3 blogs and did nothing with them. I'm not WordPress savvy with trying to design the site with a theme. So my short answer is don't try. I will elaborate on that. There's love here. There's some tough love, but there's love.
Yeah.
It's way easier to get started focusing on content and bringing the design in later on if you want to. But a lot of successful blogs, you literally go to their homepage and it's a vertical column filled with their latest blog posts. And if you're creating good content, that can be enough. And that can let you grow and do all that fun stuff. Where design is really helpful is on things like your landing pages where you can collect email subscribers. And we've got you covered there because ConvertKit and some of the tools we recommend do all the design work for you. You just put in your picture, you put in your headline, and you go. Your sales pages, there's templates that you can use. And long story short, WordPress can be overwhelming. And so many people get stuck on the color of their background or their favicon logo or their menu design. And all that stuff can just take you away from the important work of creating content and serving your audience.
Yeah.
So what I would challenge you with, Sabrina, or anybody else who's in this position, is if you have websites where you're getting hung up on some of the details, I would suggest you put it in a box. Like, you don't think about the homepage. You let it be as broken as you want to. I've got a few pages that are broken on my website, and I'm cool with it. It's fine. And then you go and you create. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
And you create content for 30 days straight. You publish a blog post for 30 days because what's going to happen is your perspective is going to be changed at the end of creating all that content. You'll come back to your homepage and you're like, oh, yeah, it looks kind of ugly. But you'll realize it's not the only thing that matters. No. It's just the most visible thing that you see in the beginning.
Yeah.
But you might feel totally different from some of your little smirks.
Oh, yeah. Got me. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be broken. It just doesn't have to look pretty. Like, it can look normal. If you go, like, Medium, right? Medium is a big blog that people use. It's very generic.
The enemy.
No, it's not the enemy. You can't
enemy.
monetize it. Like it's a place to where you can go share content. But it looks very simple. So think minimalist design. When you're getting stuck on designing your website, think less is better. And I liked you heard from somebody, was it Shane, where he's like, pick black, white, and one color. That's it. One accent color. And don't think about you need this whole big color palette. Keep it simple and start creating great content.
Yep. Minimum viable branding. Just
I like that.
text, one accent color, and launch. And actually, I'm a big fan of Thrive Themes and the Thrive Suite, and that's actually what they force you into. So when you're using their theme builder and you're like coloring out designs, you pick one color.
You get one.
That's what you get.
And sometimes there's freedom when you have limitations.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to answer this question here. Anything new with Theme by Number? Love Divi. We feel you, Liz. Theme by Number is... Well, let me take a step back. When we had Blog by Number, we've been on... I think we're on the 4th version of Blog by Number right now. And around version 3.0, we started adding in a lot of the kit and caboodle into it. We started talking about Elementor and Divi. And what we found was that most people were getting stuck in some of that overly techie design work, and so we've simplified it and streamlined it. So with Theme by Number, we still like Divi, but we're not using it as much, and we're not recommending it as much because we deal with bloggers. What's really more important is like your search engine optimization, getting your website found, and a lot of techie updates happening in Google land. It's becoming more and more beneficial to keep things very simple, very streamlined, and not having too many nuts and bolts on top. So it's there, but what do you want to say about it?
All right, great. So Theme by Number is all about learning how to use the Divi page builder from Elegant Themes. So if you really love Divi, if you want to use it, that's fantastic. Highly recommend just to use a page builder on your pages. So your homepage, if you're there, if you're at that level that you want to make your homepage gorgeous. But again, like we just said, not mandatory. Landing pages, sales pages, maybe your About Me page, and so on. So a handful of pages that you need a page builder for. And that goes for any page builder. Divi, Elementor, Thrive Themes, whichever one you use, just keep it on your pages. And then for your blog post, make sure just to use WordPress. That's universal. Just use the WordPress editor. The Gutenberg WordPress editor is already like powerful enough to make your blog post look pretty. So that's what I highly recommend.
Yep. Nicola Brown has a good question. What kind of course would you suggest for a Christian blog? Blog by Number is universal. We speak to moms, but I'm not a mom either. I'm not a mom.
You're the guy version of a mom.
I am. I'm Mr. Mom to you.
I mean, like your dad.
I got it. So Blog by Number walks through
joker.
the business model, and it is universally applicable, regardless of what your actual industry or your niche is.
Definitely. Cool.
Want to read that one?
I'm really enjoying Blog by Number. I turned 60 and I'm focusing on helping seniors. Do you think your printables will help me have a product to sell to seniors? Yes. So I highly recommend going through Blog by Number, then going through Printables by Number, and then graduating and getting Course by Number. Printables by Number will help you grow your email list and make a small digital product. Mm-hmm. So it gets you on the kind of pathway with creating your own thing and then learning how to sell that. Where Course by Number will then put that on steroids and you're creating a signature course, something a little bit bigger that you can charge more for. But getting Printables by Number will teach you how to create these small digital products. You can learn how to sell them on your blog, through a funnel, or on other third-party platforms. So highly recommend getting Printables by Number to both grow your list and start making some money.
Awesome. Rosie asks, how do you share your Canva templates that allows us to access them and edit without changing the original? That's part of the Pro feature.
How do you share your templates that allow us to... Yeah. So you have to have Canva Pro, and then when you go to share, you can say share as template. So that's pretty much, just it's out there.
It's pretty much like sharing a Google Sheet where they have to like make a copy of it, and then they have their own original. So super useful, super nice. Keep stealing my water.
I know.
Alrighty. While she's sipping over there, I'm trying to get more traffic to my blog. I'm stuck at around 40 visits a day. Well, good for you for 40. That's pretty awesome as well. What steps do you recommend to increase traffic?
all kinds of ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to answer that like in a blanket statement. Like a couple key indicators you want to look at is what does your content creation process look like? So traffic comes when you're solving problems. And so I don't know what your blog is or anything, but if you're just like journaling about your day, it's going to be hard for people to find that website unless you're actively promoting it a lot on social media. But if you want people to be like passively coming into your website all the time, you're going to want to get into search engine optimization, which long story short is find a keyword that people are struggling with, like how to build a crib, the best blenders for busy moms, like those types of long tail keywords. Do a little bit of analysis to see what's already out there, what's already serving it, and if you feel you can create a good resource that can solve that question, then that would be where I'd focus on creating content around.
I agree. And a lot of times it's just consistently creating content
that's true.
on one platform. Don't try to be on all of them. It's really exhausting. You're just going to go one step in all these different directions and then not really get anywhere further or far. So if you take one platform, say for example, you're great on YouTube, you do YouTube videos, that gets traffic back to your blog. You're just a great writer, write content for SEO. If you just want to be more social, if you like chatting with other people, start a social media channel, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatnot.
And go live.
Yeah.
It
like
works
this.
really well. We got 85 people on right now across Facebook and YouTube. So thank you guys for being here with us. All right, Jason has a great question. What WordPress theme do you guys recommend for a blog? I think your site used to be on Divi, and now it looks like Thrive. Jason's watching us. You got tabs on us. Yes. So also, two answers. Like what we are using is not necessarily what we'd recommend for beginners to use.
Yeah.
Like this is our full-time life, right? This is what we do. And I'm also in the techie world where I'm learning all the newest and hottest stuff. So we are using the Thrive theme builder on our website right now. It is awesome. It's powerful. You can customize every single nook and cranny of your website, which is great when this is your full business. But if you're getting started and you want to build a website, we do make recommendations inside of Blog by Number for a free theme. There's a couple of really good free themes. Astra is one of the best out there. And that allows you to build a clean website that loads fast and things just kind of make sense and it's easy to manage. So we do like that. But when you get into the premium stuff, there's a ton of different options. But I don't want to like muddy the water here on the live, Jason.
Yes, but good noticing.
Yeah. And also, I will just say, when we switched from Divi to Thrive, our page speeds it's nice. We did some good work together.
That was a hard week.
Renee says she'd take a niche by number.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. And I think you were asking earlier about picking your niche. And so if you're like leading into that, I would just say create content and listen to your audience. And then your niche is going to kind of slowly refine down as you get more feedback and you pivot along the way.
Yeah, and also make sure that it's something that you want to talk about for a while. Like, don't want to burn out on it.
Love you, sis.
Oh, she lives in Paris, Marcella. Oh, she's so lucky.
Paris.
I want to live in Paris.
They don't roll their R's. It's not Paris. Is
Paris.
it? I don't know.
Paris. Yeah, all the French people. No, kidding. All right, moving on. So should she create an LLC in the U.S.? Lawyer John, can you tell us?
Let me read this. And I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not your lawyer, so I will give our opinion, but I am not, disclosure there. Trying to create a blog where you can create digital products, eventually courses. The thing is, I live abroad. I don't know if I create an LLC in the U.S. and have a PayPal for the e-com. There's a lot in that. You live in Paris. Are you a Paris resident? Are you a U.S. Citizen living in Paris? On something like that, I would recommend go and talk to a lawyer or talk to an accountant or a lawyer or some tax professional on that. We live in Florida. Our LLC is based in Florida. So that one I'm not really comfortable to give an exact recommendation on.
If you shoot us an email, I can send you the details of the person that we use.
Yep. Hi from Sarasota. Cool.
Oh, I'm glad Liz still adores us. She hasn't stopped adoring us.
Oh, I still adore you both.
Thank you, Liz.
We're walking a tightrope there, guys.
Wow, I'm in.
So she asked, what are we using to share the comments? Isn't this cool?
Yeah, I like it.
We're using a tool called Restream. It's
.io.
Restream.io. It's awesome. This is what I do. I find little things like this. But what's real cool about this is it allows us to create a live stream. It's just a web browser. It's just like a tab on our screen, and it has all these different cool little scenes we can do, and it allows us to stream to Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and LinkedIn and all this stuff at the same time.
Are we doing all this?
No, we're just doing 2 right now. Slowly but surely.
Because all my peeps are on LinkedIn.
It's useful for a lot of people.
So kidding.
Let's see. Roberta, I think, has a question here.
I work in a spiritual intuitive area, and I'm wondering what kinds of printables I could use. As I am not an organized type person at all, I bought printables by number and want to get sucked in, maybe. So spiritual, intuitive, like first things that come to me is like, I don't know, prayer journals, habit trackers. Those do really well. You could Google and kind of see what other people have created for spiritual trackers or Christian trackers or Bible trackers or exercise, yoga, meditation trackers. I'm stuck on trackers here. But sometimes when I have no idea, you could also go to other niches and kind of see what printables they create and see how you can apply that to your niche.
Yeah, you could also do like roadmaps, where if there's a 5-day process, like what is that? And you might have already said that.
No, that's not at all. That was not a tracker. I currently want to create a tracker for myself on some of the things I do.
I'm just gonna like take a little husband second out of this live stream.
Lord.
We got Tracker Queen over here, right? You want to know what we were not planning on doing 10 minutes ago? Going live. So this one who wants to like tick every box and all this, like randomly. Let's go live.
Let's go live. Let's go talk to people.
Let's go do it.
I think my hair looks good. I need to go live.
She's the most spontaneous person who wants to track everything and then do something else. I love it.
Forget the tracker. We're doing something else. So,
Very
man.
cool. So Franklin's saying it's probably my first live session on Start a Mom blog. Hey, welcome. Happy to be here as Franklin, pro blogger and SEO and WordPress. Oh, fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining.
Glad we got some cool experts here. Okay, Anna.
Yeah.
What are the advantages of using Creative Market over Creative Fabrica? So I buy some of my graphics and so on through Creative Market. Definitely make sure you get commercial licenses if you're going to resell the content, but after you apply it to your own brand, right? You can't just take something from Creative Market and then resell it just as is. That's against their terms, even if you have their commercial license. Creative Fabrica, I haven't used that much, but I do have their subscription that we're paying for every month. I have a little reminder. I'm like, go use the service because we're paying for it. But they have different payment methods. So instead of buying just what you need on Creative Market, you can go to Creative Fabrica and you have more of a subscription model and you can go get stuff. You just have to pay that monthly fee. So different methods of their business models, but they both have good graphics that you can use in printables, in your courses, on ebooks and all that stuff.
Fantastic. Dana has an awesome question. She started a blog 2 months ago. Congratulations. Only has 5 subscribers. That's okay. We all start there as well. You're a VIP member and you're in Course by Number. You have a course idea. You started to pull together content. Where should you spend your main focus, your blog, your traffic, or your course itself? A lot of different ways you can go there. Do you want to take that one first, or I've got an idea?
Golly, there's a lot in there. If you're writing Course by Number, what you could do, go to the 4th grade or 5th grade lesson and go through that. That could be a way that you both grow your income and your list. And once you complete that step, you can use that in your little funnel, and then I would focus on growing your list.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well.
Aww.
In general, there's 2 paths forward. One is you don't have a product idea and you start with blogging and finding an audience and building that up. The other is if you have a product idea, you can create the business and every activity around the creation and selling and scaling of that product-based business. So if you're in Course by Number, go through that. If you guys are thinking about a course idea as well and you're not in Course by Number, what Susie just went through is a brand new edition, which is a huge time saver. If you have that idea already.
It's pretty solid. It's pretty awesome. Woot! Rachel's happy today.
I love it. Are you at the beach? You're probably at the beach relaxing.
Oh man, when can we come back?
Yeah, we need to get on the calendar again. Nicola's, what course ideas can you give her Christian blog? So at a high level, a course is designing to create a transformation in your audience.
Yeah.
So what I would ask is,
You ask her a question.
flip it around on you, Nicola. But no, to be beneficial for everybody, like what is the, if you're walking a mountain, like we're all trying to go up this journey of where we are to where we want to be, you need to figure out where those 2 points are. Like what does the sad face look like? Like where's your audience currently at? What are they currently struggling with? And what is the promise you want them to achieve? So with a Christian blog, it could be anything from, how to, again, I'm going to be out of my depth here, but how to convert to Catholicism and how to work through that process as an adult, or how to be a single mom and go through this. Like you can
How to read your Bible in a year.
Yeah, tons of things that are there, and I hope that gives you some ideas. But the general thing is focus on the transformation and focus on a specific promise. Don't try to be all things to all people, because it's really hard to communicate that when you're selling it.
How to be more at peace. That's a big thing.
Like that.
Stress.
They all love my tech. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh my gosh. You
They're cool.
guys are loving on John's tag.
Yeah. Yes, it's a template from Restream. We put a little PowerPoint slide that has Start a Mom blog as the backdrop. We have a new chat overlay feature, which allows all the stream here.
Which is cool because in YouTube, the chat actually goes away. But here, it's stuck here now.
That's why I get the big bucks.
Oh, cool.
And then also, you can kind of see the activity, and then I can highlight one to bring it here. So, okay.
Sweet.
We're preparing for something really cool, by the way.
Yay, thanks, Debbie. Appreciate it.
That would be awesome, Debbie. Appreciate one of our amazing affiliates.
Let's go down a little bit more. A silent fan.
Ooh, this is a really cool question. Samitha? Sorry. Articles or videos most boom in future. So I'm assuming what the question is written content versus video content. I think there's a generality out there that video is king right now, and there's a lot of truth to that because there's technology coming out where videos can still be searchable. If you go and you are searching for how to make a turkey-based meatloaf, which I was searching earlier, guess what's for dinner?
Yay!
I found a YouTube video that was not transcribed word for word, but it would actually go straight to the point in the video when it answered that question I asked about how to make a turkey-based meatloaf. So video is really awesome if you're comfortable to do it, but not many people are. And at the end of the day, blog posts are more convenient for the user.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to sit through 17 minutes of intro before they get to the thing they want to get. So ultimately, they both have a future. One is not going away. I don't think audio, video, or text-based content is going to go away. No. What I think is going to go away is unuseful content. Like Google's getting smarter and smarter at eliminating stuff from its algorithm that's not helpful. So simply, if you focus on what you can do best, what your superpower is, I think you'll be in a good place.
Yeah. Personally, I like content or written content more, so I can go to the headings, go to the section I want real quick, and absorb it, and then go off. Where videos, I kind of have to sit through it and listen to it, and then put headphones on, or the kids are there, so everybody has their preference of how they absorb content.
Totally. Starting with the Etsy shop. That's great. Etsy's an awesome place to get started.
Awesome.
And thank you for the kind words.
Thank you. So cool. Oh, you got a little congratulations. That's cool.
Hooray!
Thanks, Liz. What's the name of app to pinch color? What's that little one?
That's all.
That one that we use on the browser.
Huh?
To pinch color. Maybe that's the one that she wants?
Color picker?
Yeah.
So if you're on Google Chrome, there's a free Chrome extension called Colorzilla, like Godzilla, but Colorzilla, and that allows you to kind of just have a little picker that'll pick the color of whatever pixel is looking at.
Yeah, so if you see any pretty color on the internet, you can just click on it and it'll tell you the hex code of it. Let's go down a little bit more.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Okay,
We might have a broken link.
We'll
All
go
right.
look that. We'll
Yep.
check that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Rose. Our courses are highly recommended. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Ah, okay. Just
Cool, that's a good one,
Quick
yeah,
little
yeah.
question answer. Linda asked, she says she's still a bit confused on the techie stuff. Is Guten Tag, a plugin for WordPress? We should really stop calling it Gutenberg. That was the original, like when you go and write a blog post and you see this little editor and you're typing it in, you're putting a button in, all this stuff. That is the default way to create content. When it first came out a couple years ago, it was codenamed Gutenberg, and that's why a lot of people are calling it that. Ultimately, it's just the WordPress content creation.
I can see how that can be confusing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So-
it's just a WordPress editor.
Yeah, it's called the block builder because
AKA
everything
Gutenberg.
is in. Yeah, so sorry about that. It's just the default one.
Yes.
Whereas when you get into like Divi and all these Elementor, those are specific page builders that try to go away from the WordPress way of doing things, and they have their own spin on it. So for different folks.
Okay, cool. I highly recommend BBN. Awesome. There's a lot of questions. All right, this one. Mommy Scribble says, I struggle with consistency and doing a little bit of everything and not just one thing. I also don't have a Facebook, so how can I build traction if I don't have Facebook? You don't have to have Facebook. I honestly didn't start growing my Facebook page until like a year or two after I started my blog, and I was already making a full-time income. I'm just like, oh, I guess I should grow this page and kind of do some stuff here. So I focus on growing my email list first, because once I had that email list, then I could tell them, hey guys, I'm going to be doing some lives on Facebook. Go like my Facebook page. Or once I have the email list, I can tell them, hey guys, I have a new video on YouTube. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. So once you have that group of friends, you can go hang out in different places, but you have to go build that group of friends yet. So Mommy Scribbles, I would suggest, if you're just starting out, first create great content, then start building your email list. Because then once you have an email list, you have flexibility to do pretty much anything.
If you want to just keep taking it.
Yeah.
Some more people are talking about broken links, so I'm just going to fix it real fast.
Which one?
List by number.
I don't know if it's intentional.
Okay, maybe. All right. So Natasha asked the question, can you change the theme later on? Totally.
Yes.
It can be a pain in the butt, but you can totally do it. The less customization you have, the easier it is to change themes. But yeah, you can change it anytime. For example, we had 6 years worth of content built on one theme, and then about a month or two ago at this point, we changed it over to a different theme. So pick a theme and go with it in general, but you can always change and do all that fun stuff. You want to answer Jim's question?
Yeah, Jim. Jim says, hi Jim, how is Printables by Number more than just a library of images? So the printable pack is just a library of printables that you can use for commercial rights. You can edit them, customize them, and you can use them as your own printables. That's the Printables pack. But Printables by Number is not just a library of images. It's a course with over 60 videos showing you how to create the printables, how to grow your email list with the printables, and how to sell the printables.
Yeah, we cover if you want to have a storefront, if you want to do a funnel, what strategies to use. We have templates for funnels, so there's a lot in there that helps you kind of build out the entire business. Want to stop at an hour?
I think so. Yeah.
Colleen has a great question. Do you have to have 2 separate websites, one for blog and one for product? No, you don't have to. There's a few considerations, and we cover all this inside of Printables by Number. We make the recommendation in the course to have a second website. It doesn't have to be like a totally different name. It could just be shop.yourblogsname.com, called a subdomain. The reason why we recommend that is for most people, they like having the freedom of knowing that like their shop is separated from their blog, and so they're tinkering around and they're trying to add something for SEO or for search engines or some plugins on their blog. It's not going to impact their shop, and vice versa. So you don't have to. I've gone through different variations with different clients of consolidating 2 websites into a single one, and similar other clients taking one website into 2 different websites. So it just depends, and if you're not sure what's right for you, I cover that in depth inside of Printables by Number as well. Aw, you're very welcome for our videos.
Yay! All right, just do 1 or 2 more questions.
Sure.
Because then we kind of stick to an hour. Because then it's lunchtime. It's always lunchtime.
Oh, that's a long one. Aw, thank you, Pamela. You like our new theme?
Too much drama on Facebook. Yep, I hear you.
True that, Mama Scribbles.
I I don't love Facebook. I don't love it. That's it's one of my things. It's just the anxiety that it causes.
It's probably a good one for you to answer.
Let's see. I have a postpartum brain, which is my main focus, but I want to start one as a sandbox kind of blog, experimenting with different techniques, hosting, etc. How far in did y'all start your other fun blogs? Well, we started with the fun blogs, and then we transitioned to the teaching blogs. So, how far did y'all start? So we did the fun blogs for a while, started making money with those, and then our first one that we started with, we actually lost. It got hacked, and we lost it, so it no longer exists, which is really sad because it had some good content on it, and it was doing well. All right, another one.
Very sad answer there, honey.
I know, it's just a downer. Let's not.
Here, let's do this one here.
Cool.
Already have an established website. Thanks to Blog by Number. You're welcome, Chris. I've decided to want to make it look prettier. Do you recommend Elementor Page Builder or what to use that won't totally mess it up? So if you're a
The
start,
guys are really into the page builders, man.
we like to tinker.
You engineers, you.
But Chris could also be a girl's name.
Could be.
So
Could be, so sorry.
You know,
Could be.
we're not going to ask you to identify your gender. All right, moving on.
Yes.
To answer your question, Chris, Elementor is great. Thrive Themes is great. What I would recommend now in 2021, knowing what we know and knowing what the future is, I would highly recommend sticking with Gutenberg, with the default WordPress builder, and adding one or two design-focused plugins to it. Yeah. So what I mean by that is there's a free plugin called Cadence with a K, like the cadence of a song, Cadence Blocks, and that gives you a bunch of different like page builder type functionality that doesn't make you have to learn a whole other interface. So that one's good. If you really want to get focused on like pixel perfect design, Elementor, Thrive Architect, they're both fantastic. And we use Thrive Architect on Start 'em On blog. But
I use Elementor on my sales pages or Divi on other sales pages. It just depends on my mood that day and what that website was designed on. Obviously, I don't just go back and forth.
Sky's very happy about Colorzilla recommendation. Fantastic.
Yes, that's awesome. Little tips.
What do you recommend to go get pictures for your blog?
So I have a blog post on my blog. If you just search in the search bar for stock images, there's about 40 different websites that I recommend where you can get really cool stock images on different niches. Some you pay for, most of them are free.
Awesome.
Cambridge.
I think we'll do the last question, probably.
All right.
Joy asked, you've done Blog by Number, Perennials by Number, and a few others of the smaller courses. How is List by Number different from the other courses? Is it all fresh content? Yeah. Yes. So the List by Number is way more heavily focused on the email marketing side, where we're going to show you how to do some automations, how to like have that nurture sequence, how to do tagging and grouping, and we cover several different email marketing platforms. Whereas there's a little bit of email in Perennials by Number.
A little bit, but not like the high technical stuff of using those platforms is in List by Number. Then I would combine List by Number and Printables by Number and kind of take them at the same time. Where Printables focuses on creating the printables and selling them, List by Number shows you how to use the email marketing platforms to grow your list.
Yep.
That's it.
Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. This is super fun.
This is fun.
I had a great time.
I think they like the whole template. We really appreciate you guys being here. Again, for a little bit over 2 days on Friday, at the end of the day Friday, at midnight, this sale is over. So I don't want to be mean. I want to be mean, Mom. But I want to let you guys know that the sale's been going on for the month. So there's no excuse to go ahead and get the products you want right now, today, because you're going to forget. And then somebody's going to email me on Saturday. And I'm going to be at the water park on Saturday. Are we?
Maybe.
No, we have piano recital on Saturday.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
I know, we have recital. So I'll be at recital on Saturday. So I won't be answering emails this whole weekend because I try to, since we have this lifestyle business, I don't want to work over the weekends. That's when I spend quality time with you and the kids, and I'm not stuck in front of a computer.
For sure.
Get it right now. Answer us or ask us any questions. Email us. Let us know how we can help.
Yep.
And that's it.
As of right now, there's 2 days, 11 hours, 21 minutes, and 38 seconds left on the sale.
37 seconds.
So, TikTok.
36 seconds.
TikTok. All right, guys. Thanks so much for the time, and we'll see y'all soon.
Thank you.